Oh, you said socks.
Welcome, everybody, to the March United Adventure Company's Ask Me Anything. That's right, we're just hanging out and chatting tonight, talking, bring everybody up to speed on how the channel growth is going for our first month so far. It looks like I do have audio on my end. Hopefully, YouTube, if you can hear me, clap your hands one time. Oh, wait, I can't hear you clap. Never mind. Oh boy, it's going to be one of those nights. I can just tell. It is going to be one of those nights.
Audio good's Billy. Audio's good.
Yeah. So as you can tell, we have a brand new overlay for our AMAs with a big blank spot in the middle. In case somebody wants to jump in and join us later, we can always throw that up there and have them join in. So the AMA, our first month. What's up, Jesse?
The blank spot, the spot of honor for us to roast you.
That's right, the roaster spot. We'll go around. Jesse's here, Thorin's here, Lindsay's here. We're going to be talking about some cool stuff, some upcoming things, and some things that happened over the past month in some of our games. So, things and stuff. We're going to be talking about stuff and things. And things.
I have a question, though.
Already? A question?
Yeah.
All right, what you got?
Jesse, what did you think he said if you didn't think he said socks?
What, you talking about the clock? We were talking about the timer clock.
The timer clock, that's right. Yeah.
The timer clock.
The timer thingy? Is that like a pinger thingy?
It was cricket.
The clock was crooked. Awesome. Wow. Sherry's there. Diamond's here. Pearl Manhattan's here. Good to see all y'all hanging out with us. Thanks for tuning in. Want to say thanks also to Saffron, our latest subscriber, and to Two Wolf Design for being our latest Patreon member. So thanks to both of you. And if you're interested in joining the Patreon, you can do so just by clicking the link that's in the chat, like that. Here it comes. Up, I beat you. You beat me to it because I used the wrong. Command. Ha ha.
Oh well, we'll see. It's taking a second.
It always does.
If you're watching this, and if you're watching this after the fact, link in the description.
That's right. Link down in the description to our Patreon, to our Stream Elements merch store, where you can buy some really cool merch, like our new coffee mug, hoodies, which it's almost out of hoodie season, I guess. Is it almost out of hoodie season? People still wear hoodies?
I mean, I'm still in a sweatshirt.
Okay, cool.
I was wearing one today, too.
Right on. Well, look at
Not
me.
right this second, but,
out of touch.
I was wearing one, like, earlier. It's gone.
Yeah, you can get all our new cool merch. Some of it has our custom art on it from the Welcome Home campaign. Some of it has our new logo on it that was made by Jesse. Thanks so much for that awesome logo that you all see in Thorin's background and what was on the intro screen.
No problem. Thank you.
Is some dramatic music, actually. I think I'm going to change the music for the stream. We should have something more happy. Let's go to that. Our music tonight is brought to you by Tabletop Audio. Go support them as well. And go check out Pearl Manhattan's newest album that they just dropped this month as well. Your high today was 53 degrees. Yeah, I would wear a t-shirt and shorts when I bike in at 53 degrees. So yeah.
He's not lying. He will wear a t-shirt and shorts at 53. And meanwhile, I'm like, oh my God, I need another jacket. Unless I'm exercising, then I don't, but...
Yeah.
Work is an ice box for me during the winter, so even though I have a space heater, I'm still sweatshirt, long johns, probably until it gets about 60, 65 degrees.
Yeah, if you're watching this after the fact, leave a comment. What's your temperature of shorts weather? Leave us a comment. Tell us what you like to wear and when you like to wear it. Well, when it's weather appropriate.
Tell us what you like to wear and when you like to wear it.
When did this stream become that?
No, but really, we need to ask Jesse that question. Jesse,
All right, what was the question again? Something about clothes?
Socks.
what are you wearing, and when do you like to wear it?
Well, this is actually the second ensemble I've worn today. The first was a ratty Friday the 13th t-shirt with some black pants and some old light Wolverine boots because I was in the yard momentarily, and now I have the stylish Elvis is King. I wear clothes sometimes.
And this is our fashion talk segment. Folks.
Yes.
I have a confession to make about clothing. The nicest clothing I currently own is clothing that I got from my company. I probably should go buy some clothes. Check it out. Digital marketing t-shirt. Awesome. Anyway.
It rocks.
Hell yeah.
Diamond
If you
has
need
a
digital
question.
marketing, you should come to my company and we sell you some digital marketing. All right, yeah, let's actually talk about something that's not
And
just...
we'll rock.
Yes.
I have enough socks to last me a month before doing wash, Diamond. That's my answer. I'm sticking to it.
Oh, that is a goal of mine.
What?
Actually, to have a new pair of socks every day. Like, just have socks that I if I had hit the lottery, I would buy a new pair of socks for every day of the year and just throw them away after I wore them once. Because there's nothing quite like the feel of a brand new pair of socks.
Because we know how often you go through socks now. Where's Gina? Come on, Gina.
I have all kinds of different types of socks, too. I have cycling socks. I have running socks. I have dress socks. I have casual socks. I have house socks. Yeah.
So
And
Bill,
apparently Jessie hates Sherry's socks.
do I?
That's what she said.
That's what
She
it
said
says.
you hate
It's
her
on the
socks.
internet, so it must be true.
Oh, I don't know. But what about Billy's haircut? We were supposed to ask Billy about his haircut. When did you get that haircut, Bill?
I got this haircut over the weekend, last week. I don't remember. It's been a while.
I just want you to know that I noticed it,
Well, thank you. I appreciate that you noticed my haircut.
and I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
Is that what you appreciates about him?
One day I'm gonna get him on the cheek meat.
If you were in our Discord this week, you would have seen a really cool picture of me as I got my professional headshot done. That was nice.
And it took a lot of self-restraint not to start picking on him for it.
That's okay. I can take it. Pick on me. It's cool. But we should probably talk about something that's not socks, haircuts, and I'm sure that people didn't come here to get fashion
Cricket
advice
clocks.
from some gamers, from some D&D gamers. So, wear your socks and change them frequently. There you go. There's my fashion advice for you.
And wind your
Wool
cricket
socks.
clocks.
Wool socks.
Oh, wool socks.
That's
are
the way to
best.
go.
Merino wool socks are the best.
Absolutely.
All right. So how about that D&D?
Do we want to start with Dungeons and Dragons?
I don't know.
Sure.
Should we flip a coin? Let's ask the Magic 8 Ball.
Okay, let's ask the Magic
What we
8 Ball.
start with.
You know we're real gamers because we're rolling a die to determine what we talk about first.
Ooh, that reminds
it says
me. I got a
ask
new
me.
set coming.
It says ask me again later, so I don't know.
Okay, we'll let Thorin go then. What is your news, Thorin, to share?
Well, two things. One, I got a new set of dice coming in. An entirely full metal set of dice.
Ooh, fancy.
And this was brought to my attention, which I wanted to bring up to everybody here, about another possible D&D game with the Saves charity.
Oh. Yeah, very cool. I wanted to talk to you offline about something regarding something very similar to do with the Saves charity. So, serendipitous that you brought it up.
Just talk about it here.
Yeah, we could talk about it here now that
You brought it up. You're going to make the viewers wonder.
Are you all captivated? I'm sure you are.
Yes.
So we were considering, Lindsay and I were talking about this today, considering maybe doing a charity stream on UAC to benefit veterans and active duty who may soon get called up or recalled to duty. Also to support those with the Saves charity who helps support active duty military and first responders through mental health services and support. That's the short mission statement, I believe, right, Thorne?
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Pretty close.
I'm not
on the board, so I can get away with being wrong.
I'm not on the board either. I mean, I'm trying to get into a management position, but right now I'm just a grunt.
Ooh, look at you. Bucking for management, huh?
Yeah.
So
is this going to be like a 24-hour game-a-thon?
You see
decided.
Jesse's face just lit up. He's like, "Oh, 24-hour game."
You know, I think it would be really cool to have a G.I. Joe game in that.
Ooh, yeah, it would.
When is this going to be? I
We
can
don't
probably
know.
do it.
We don't know. We haven't decided yet. But that's something we wanted to talk about. So
I may have gotten a little bit of a heads up on that earlier today.
Uh-oh. Sounds like there's...
That's actually not what this is about. That was something that was just related. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That's
so,
related and got us thinking and talking about it. So yeah.
So I put 2 and 2 together and made 8.
It's
Hey.
cool. It's cool. Yeah, no.
With the right bonuses, that happens.
Not true. But yeah, that's definitely has a lot of potential in it, and I know for the Saves charity side, we're looking at getting new players instead of past players. So it'll be a whole brand new crew.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Same game or a new game?
The board is currently hashing out the details, so as soon as I get more information, I will pass it along.
Cool. Throw a link to the Saves charity website in the chat, and that way folks can. You should have link access.
Yep, I just need to grab the link real quick.
Cool. And that way folks can go check it out. Check out the Saves charity. See all they do. Support them. Wonderful group of people, and we love supporting them here on our channel. So, as things progress with that, we will be sure to keep you up to speed. Make sure you're in the Discord so you can get news before most everybody else. But if you're a Patreon member, you'll get news even before the Discord. So you can tell I'm really pushing that Patreon tonight.
When have you ever given the Patreon members an update other than during the Friday night Vampires game?
Well, if you were a
Because, like, half of our
member, you would know.
What do you mean? We don't do vampire. Oh, vampire. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, the Delta Green game.
If you were a Patreon member, you would know.
That we don't do Vampire the Masquerade.
That's right, we don't.
Yeah, that worried you for a second there, didn't it, Jesse? We know how you feel about Vampire.
Wait. Yes.
Yeah, see, just saying the word makes him twitch a little bit. Just
At least it's not a masquerade.
Oh boy.
Ah,
I had to.
I almost did. I almost did. I'm glad you did it. So let's jump switch gears a teeny.
That was my jump sound effect.
Nice. That's a lot of sound effects.
Is that a jump sound effect? Is that what that is?
Well, it's like a spring, you know, like you know, like ding, you stretch. Just me. Okay.
Hmm. Maybe it's an age thing. It means something different to people my age.
Mine too. So
Agreed.
as you can tell, I've switched the music because this is our song for our flying of our airships. And I want to switch gears and talk a little bit about the recent Welcome Home campaign and what has happened. One of the big name characters is no longer there.
Yep. Brata is dead. Womp womp.
Womp womp. Yes, Brata died a most horrific death, being held captive. Do you want to talk about that character death a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So, Rata died. She was, as you might recall if you've watched Welcome Home, our group made some very poor decisions that ended up getting everybody killed. And except for Matches, who was the only bright one amongst us and decided to run while he was still alive.
That was not a run. That was a strategic retreat.
Oh, okay.
And technically, he flew.
Yeah, well, whatever. So, but he was the smart one and didn't stick around to get killed, is what I'm saying. So, yeah, it started out with the other three of us making death saves at the beginning, except for Vale, who had been resurrected by the enemy to be interrogated. So, we passed our death saves. I did as well as Tooks, or Brata did, and then didn't matter. She ended up getting killed anyway. So, even after passing those death saves. So, yeah, Brata is dead now.
That's sad. Brata was a great character and a great concept. Really enjoyed Brata's energy in the game and fierceness. But I think your new character is going to be actually a really good addition to the party.
Oh yeah, I'm super excited. So Amaranth is the name of my new character, and she is a Death Domain Cleric. She is a necromancer. So I'm excited about this concept. I've got some.
That looks like Diamond's one saying in chat was very fitting. Fitting then. Bring out your dead.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
I thought you were a pure necromancer.
Well, you can't be in 5e. That's not a class. But what you can be is a Death Domain Cleric, which gives you a lot of extra necromancy spells just out of the gate. That's actually what most of the abilities are, is you get extra spells that are basically necromancy spells.
Wait, you can't be a necromancy as a wizard? Necromancer as a wizard? I thought that was a subclass of wizard.
I don't know.
You can,
but
the Death Domain clerics are actually more powerful than a playable necromancer race or class.
Yeah. So that's why she has some healing spells. Because she is cleric. But ultimately the build is more centered around necromancy. So.
Awesome.
Awesome Salson. Indeed. Well, Matches, how is Jesse, how is Matches going to deal with the death of Brata?
Well, of course, it's a terrible loss, and we'll have like a memorial service and things of that nature, and maybe Matches will give a speech too. What's that, Saturday? I got time to write one, right? Anyway, and that's right, Matches is going to name the newly acquired real estate Fort Brata.
Okay.
Okay. Fort Brata, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I like it. So what is the plan there? And if you're watching this and you haven't watched the last episode and you want to skip, you can skip forward a few minutes and we'll be past any spoilerific stuff. What's the plan for the newly acquired real estate?
Well, that would make an excellent place for Matches to build his initial palace, but maybe we'll wait till after the war, when I can focus on taking over the world. So, but until then, you mean? Yeah, we'll make it into like a place where we build war machines.
Oh, it's an artificer's playground, you think?
Yeah, maybe I can invent some tanks.
Ooh.
Flying tanks.
Can't say
I'm
I
here
didn't see
for
that
it.
coming.
I like that. I like that idea. I do. And we all know that
Well, maybe we'll put a park in for the kids too. Yeah.
Well, yeah, the orphans have to have somewhere to play.
Yeah, there'll be a swing.
And an acid pit and a spiked volleyball court.
Goblin Artificer Ninja course. So that's so,
Gotta change them when they're young.
Well, you know what you do with the ones that die? I just raise them and add them to my zombie army. It's fine.
Sure.
Amaranth has to get her zombies from somewhere.
Huh. Will Amaranth raise Brata as a zombie warrior?
I can tell you one thing.
Tune in and
Matches
find
would
out.
like to do.
What would Matches like to do?
One of the first things that Matches does at Fort Brata would be have a Loch Ness Monster barbecue.
Ooh, you're gonna have to slay that beast.
I don't think that'll be a problem.
I don't know. It might be hungry.
I don't know how many
Thanks
airships
for
do
the
we
idea.
have now.
Thanks for the idea, by the way.
A lot. We have a lot of
That's
airships.
just saying.
A lot.
I mean, and now
Not-
we have one that's quite literally a flying castle. So
It is. Now,
I mean,
one of the
I
things.
just park that thing on that lizard. So
Yeah.
House moving castle. Oh wait. Sorry, no, that's not what it is.
So one of the things that you'll have to investigate is how many of those airships are actually fly ready, and how much repair they're going to need, and so
that's all right. We got a lot of dwarves.
you do, and now you can take some of the load off of Karnengother and bring some of the people up here and the gnomes, and although I don't know if Matches would trust the gnomes to work on his.
No gnomes allowed.
See, most of the world doesn't know Matches' whole story.
This is true.
What is Matches' backstory? Matches is
Well, you see, when he was young, like a little goblinoid, his tribe was raided by an adventuring party, and they were slaughtered, and they kept him as like a pet kind of trophy thing. That's why Matches hates to be called an adventurer. He hates adventurers. When someone says we're adventurers, he says no, we're ambitious and explorers. He hates adventuring parties. Anyway, the one that took young Matches home was a gnome, and the gnome happened to be an artificer from the gnome place where artificer gnomes are at. Anyway. And so he was like made to, he was captured, right? And he was treated poorly by the gnome artificer, but every now and then the gnome would go off adventuring with his adventuring party. But one day the gnome didn't come back, and Matches got freed from his bonds, and he went into the library and he studied every book in the gnome's library. That's why he's so smart. And also figured out how to become an artificer and build things. They hate gnomes.
He hates them.
Mm-hmm.
He does.
We shouldn't say he severely dislikes gnomes.
Okay, he
He
strongly
fucking hates
dislikes
them.
them.
Yeah.
There goes a puppy. Just killed a kitten, everybody.
Well, I expect Jesse to kill kittens. It's Rick that's not allowed to kill kittens.
And he really doesn't like adventuring parties. So, like when we ran into that one adventuring party when we were going to the fountains.
Oh yeah, Kylie.
Yeah, he was ready. He was ready to start killing them on the spot. But
Yeah, she was pretty awful, for being honest.
Yeah, she was pretty awful. I made her that way. So, yeah, lots of stuff changing. And then Vale, Brata was Vale's best friend. So that's going to have a big impact on Vale. Tooks being the relatively new person to the party, maybe didn't have quite the bond. And then there's all the Githyanki that are on the ship, and Neris. And how will they respond to
It's a good
all
question.
of this? You know, it's just going to be interesting.
How are they going to respond to that?
Will they continue to follow the party? I mean, Vrata was their leader.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if someone needs to hold on to the sword of the gift just to keep the gifts in line, I'll volunteer to do that.
That sword's bigger than Matches.
I was going to say, I think that sword's larger than Matches.
I'm just saying, I ain't got to use it. I'll just hold on to it. You know?
Okay.
When I'm giving commands to the gift, you will do what I tell you.
That's if he can even get it off, pick it up off the ground.
I was going to say,
yeah, that's going to be the trick.
When you're walking, it's going to drag a line in the sand between your legs as you're walking.
It's all right. I'll use my embiggening ray on myself and go, whoa, and then I can use it.
Oh, or you could use your shrink ray on the sword and make it a dagger of Githyanki control.
Maybe.
Yes, he has a shrink ray and a grow ray.
Embiggening ray.
Embiggening ray. Yes, sorry.
Embiggening ray. That's ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
Does your head hurt yet, Thorin? I see you over there. Just...
Nope. But Lindsay's face when you said drag it between your legs was priceless.
I'm here all night, folks.
Yeah, that was intense, and not in a good way. Not in a good way.
Yep. Diamond says they tell me it's not how big it is, it's what you do with it, and that's true. If all he's gonna do is control Githyanki, then I'd like to be under the sea in a artificer's garden in the shade.
I don't know what that's a reference to.
I can't tell if it's a Little Mermaid reference or...
I believe that it is... Do I really got... Am I reading the room wrong?
I think we are just trying to avoid
okay.
that. Yeah. We're there. I think we're all there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're all there. It's just, what can we get away with saying on this?
On YouTube. Yeah. Wow. Who's out there? Anybody new join the chat here lately? Let's take a look at the participants log. Nope, I just see me and Diamond.
Don't run them off.
Yeah, we need you guys to stick around.
Tell them you're gonna look.
Hey, we got 5 likes on this. Anybody who hasn't liked the video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed what we're doing. And oh, come on, Sherry says yes. Give us a like. See 6. There's 6. Can I get 7? I got 6. Can I get 7? Got 6. Can I get 7? 7, 7, 7, 6, 7. All right. Hey, talking about likes and subscribes and all that good stuff. We are gonna jump over to some statistics of the channel.
Ooh.
Real quick.
Analytics.
Yeah, we're gonna... Nothing more exciting.
No, we're not going to keep it PG, Nathan. No.
Nathan,
more
welcome.
Exciting than
you tuned in just in time.
Stats.
We're going.
Nathan, have you been around long enough to see a lot of our games? PG only lasts for about 3 seconds.
He's usually the instigator. I'm surprised.
I mean, he's run games with us before. He knows what we're about.
Nathan stabs kids in the back of vans.
Down by the river.
It's true. It's funny because it's true.
Wait. We should rephrase that. It's not Nathan. It's his character. Isaac.
Yes. Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
Stabbed innocents in the back of a van.
Mm-hmm.
Down by the river.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Welcome to the stream, Nathan. Glad you're here. If you have any questions,
absorbed part of its soul.
Ooh, that's true. He swallowed its soul. Swallow your soul.
One kid.
And we're never going to let you live it down either. Let's jump over and take a look at some of these fascinating analytics. So as you can see, over the last 28 days, we've had a whopping 503 views. And this is actually not 28 full days. This is since we went live on March 1st. So 23 days, actually. 503 views, 256 watch hours, and 14 new subscribers. So all of you new subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in and hitting that subscribe button. If you haven't done it and you're out there in chat land, go ahead, hit that subscribe button so you can get notified when we go live. Ring the bell, subscribe, Discord, like, merch, and Patreon. There, I think I got them all. Yes. Oh, and the website. You got to go check out our new website that Lindsay built for us. It's actually just a page, but it's cool.
But it's very nice. It's a breath of fresh air. Like
it is. It's really nice.
It's really smooth and like its design. It makes me want to just tear down the Charisma Kills website and redo it totally because
it's super simple. I mean, I just went with the black and white theme because it's just, I personally just like the clean look of it. I mean, and then it's just centering everything and making it all the same color. So anyway, yeah, easy peasy. Y'all should go look at it if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's pretty.
It's very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to jump over to another analytic, which is actually really impressive. And to me anyway, that I'm liking seeing the numbers where they're going. If I can get it to pull up here. Here we go. Let me get that cropped down to the right size because the page didn't refresh where I wanted it to. So we're going to have to reload this page. And
oh, you're actually putting them up on the thingy.
Yeah, I'm putting them up on the pinger thing.
All right.
It's not the pinger thing. That's not a pinger thing.
So here you can see our impressions over the last 23 days and our click-through rate, and it looks really sharp. 11,000 impressions over the 23 days that we've been live, and 2.8% click-through rate. That's pretty good. We've had 100 unique viewers. So that's pretty cool.
Does this mean we made an impression upon people or something? I'm not sure what impressions are.
Yeah, so Lindsay can explain that better than I can.
Yes, because I, some of this is related to what I do for a living. So, impressions. When anybody ever goes and like types in a search query, and this is true if you're talking about, Google Analytics or YouTube or anything like that, an impression is how many times you show up in the search results. So if somebody types in Delta Green and our videos are part of the search results, that's an impression. Click-through rate is how many people actually click on it and look at it. So that one's a little more obvious.
So we've had 11,000 impressions with 308 views from impressions, which gives us a 2.8% click-through rate, which is really good.
It's actually pretty decent for conversion as far as like analytics and stuff goes. Yep. Or I don't actually, let me take that back. I don't know about YouTube, but if this were Google search results, that would be considered good. So,
which Google and YouTube are pretty much on the same tier. So,
yeah, and they use similar reporting stuff, right? So,
so we did good.
Yeah, we're doing really well. We got 256 hours of watch time, which is on the way to that 4,000 number. Our top playlist with 43% of our views is the Delta Green Impossible Landscapes playlist. So and sadly we're missing an episode in that playlist that got eaten when my hard drive died, and I'm very sad about that.
Redo it. Do you remember what you did? Just redo it.
Yeah, we'll just do it over and record it, right? Yep.
We actually had really good notes on a really good recap, but that doesn't take the place of a missing episode.
It doesn't, sadly. And then our top video with 33% of our views, our top video is Return to Newsom. The one shot that we did a couple weeks ago. Yeah, that's our top video right now on the on the YouTubes with 33% of the views. So that's pretty cool. Weird is up there too with Awakening is at 24% of our views. The playlist. Weird's actually trending pretty well on our page. We have some really. What's that?
11% for Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan, woo! We got to replay it. The whole campaign. Nathan, if you can find some more players to play it, we will happily stream it. I mean,
I'm sure
you can
absolutely.
find players. There's got to be tons of people who are interested.
We have some interesting search words for YouTube search that are bringing people to our page. I thought I would share a few of these, just a few.
Socks.
Delta green, obviously, right? That's gonna generate 13.6% of the traffic to our page comes from that search term. Cigar.
What?
2.3%. Driving sandals.
Oh, I remember that. Okay.
How?
Front walkover.
I can see that one.
It's code for something.
It must be. And then there are more that make sense. Horde of the Dragon Queen, Mork Borg, nose blowing. Yep, nose blowing. These are just a few of the YouTube search results that are
wow.
trafficking to our site.
So if someone looks up snot, they get us.
No, nose blowing. The search term is nose blowing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So far, that's a pretty. Not sure how we can capitalize on those words, but 53.8% of our traffic is coming from Facebook. Thanks, Jesse. Because you're the only person I know that has an active Facebook account that actually uses it to promote our stream.
What's the Book of Face?
I don't know this. Face. I do not know this Book of Face you speak of.
The rest of us are like, what am social media?
Right. So, yep. And then Discord is 15%. Google and Google Search are actually giving us some hits as well. Ooh. We've gotten one view from each of those. One for 9 minutes and 57 seconds and one for 1 second. So,
hey, 1 second still counts.
It counts as a view, or it wouldn't be in the analytics.
I also plugged the hell out of it on my art stream on Mondays and Wednesdays, so you can't tell if you get any from there.
It depends on if they're just clicking the link from Facebook. I missed something in the chat, didn't I? Did I miss something?
Your hope for all your nose-blowing action, UAC. Booger flicking. Welcome to UAC for all your nose-blowing needs. Mucus wrangling. If we weren't going to get hit for those search terms before, we just might now.
Oh, we definitely will now. Definitely.
I think all of you need to blow your nose now. We need to do this on stream.
Give me a second. I got a snot rocket here going.
Ooh, snot rocket. That's a good one.
I can change matches to a nose goblin.
Matches needs to bust out that slime cannon, according to Diamond.
I just have yet to find a chance to use it, but trust me, it's there.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Yes, I'm waiting until there's enough enemies standing in the same spot.
Hit them all with that snot rocket.
Oh, so that's about it on the analytics side. Anybody have any questions about the channel analytics or channel growth or maybe the goals? Our goals is to have fun playing games on YouTube. I mean, that's about it. But if anybody has questions or thoughts, all ears.
Not me.
Nothing?
I mean, no.
Okay.
Now that I understand what an impression is, I've got it figured out now.
Right on.
For what it's worth, I just looked at our Google Analytics and our website has had five users.
Hey, that's 5
And
more than
three
it
of them
had.
were us. 3 of them were us.
I was about to say, were they unique? Because I've been to at least twice.
Yeah, 5 unique for users.
Yeah.
So,
I was gonna say I'm on it right now too, so I'm just like, yep.
It's a good looking website. It really is.
Yeah, I love the simplicity of it, and that's not a joke. Yeah,
Oh,
it's very.
something just happened and the YouTube page has crashed. There we go.
I like the Spartan design of it and everything. You know.
whoa.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool. What happened?
Nathan asks, how do we get more games on the channel to the point where you don't sleep?
Well, Nathan, if you're running a lot of those games, we can get to that point.
Yeah, I could just kick the stream on and I can sleep while it runs, and we could just throw a break slide up every now and then. I mean, it'll be fine.
Well, I've got a ton of games that I could run, so I've already said that there's games I would run.
Yeah, definitely. We're actually, yeah, that's the next segment we're going to talk about here in just a minute, is the upcoming games that we're going to be running. But how do we get more games on the channel? 1, we need more game masters. 2, we need more players, and 3, we need more time. And stream runners, people who can run the stream.
That's going to be the big thing, is people who can run the stream. I think if we had enough people who knew how to use OBS well enough that we could record games and post them after the fact, but as far as like streaming itself goes, we need more people who are set up to stream. That's the primary thing I think we need, just from my perspective.
Yep.
Well, I'm pretty sure that I can stream for my stuff now, because I'm almost positive that problem is fixed. So
Okay, and I know Thorn, you can stream.
Oh yeah, I'm set up and ready to go. I just need to adjust the OBS to the particular game. I still have it set up for Weird right now, so if somebody needs a producer, here I am.
Cool. Yeah, and we really appreciate that. So there might be some trade-off nights too, where one of us has something to do and we ask somebody else to run the stream, or if we can't stream, like Lindsay said, we can always record games, which might be something we want to talk about doing for the charity game. For the saves, we might want to record it and then we can post it as content after.
But then they wouldn't be able to watch us do it live.
Don't you mean pick on us while we play it live?
Yeah. So maybe that's something to think about. And I'm not talking about the one for donations. I was talking about the other one. So yeah, the one that we would do for donations would definitely be. Oh, there should be a chat command for the website.
Oh, yeah. Whatever.
But, yeah.
I didn't know it. I just typed in the URL. Although I am actually watching the analytics as we speak, and I am getting some interesting data. Thorin, what state are you in? Pennsylvania?
I'm in Pennsylvania.
Okay. Somebody from New York is looking at the website right now, which I'm going to guess is Diamond. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll take about 30 seconds for him to reply, but this is actually really cool. It shows me where people are actively viewing the website from. So that's pretty awesome.
Interesting.
I need to get a VPN then. God damn it, Lindsay.
I know. I'm like, well, there goes your analytics, because now everybody's gonna be like, oh no, you're not tracking me.
I don't care. Everybody, I don't care if people know that I'm in Pennsylvania. So
I was gonna say everybody's tracking everybody. Yeah, it actually gives me more data than that, but I am not gonna say what exactly. Ooh, somebody off the coast of Africa is viewing us now.
Is it Djibouti?
No, they're in the ocean.
Nathan says worldwide. That's right. They're off the coast of Africa. So they're on a
now
ship.
I've got somebody from Oklahoma. That's pretty awesome. Okay.
Oklahoma. Wow.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, welcome. If you're out there in the chat and you're not participating in chat, that's quite all right. No pressure to do so, but we thank you for tuning in and checking out our website. Let us know what you think. And you know, click those links and do what the website says. Join our Patreon and our Discord and support. If you don't want to join our Patreon and you want to show us some support, throw us a tip. You can do that as well. Believe that link is down in the description right now, I think. Maybe.
perhaps.
I know the merch link is, but you can also tip us through the merch link at our Stream Elements page. So, schedule. I know this week we're pretty quiet until Saturday when we come back with United Adventure Company Presents the Welcome Home campaign, where we'll pick right back up with the Death of Brata and what those folks are doing. Then next week, I think we're ready to start the next weird campaign. Fishbait.
Whenever y'all ready. Like I said, tomorrow will be the last test play.
I will be ready to play the next weird campaign after we wrap up one of the other campaigns that I am in.
Okay.
Which is probably going to be There Aren't Any Vampires in Automia Ernie, simply because I think that's the one that has the least amount of sessions left. So starting next week, if you're starting without me, perhaps, but...
No, we don't have to. We can wait.
We can wait.
Yeah.
Then we'll come up with something else for next week.
Because it's... I mean, you should be there.
So. I want to be there, yeah. I'm going to go crazy if I...
No, that's fine, because I can finish up some more work on some of the maps and stuff. So.
Okay, cool. That works.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find something else to do on Tuesday night next week then.
And I could do something. I could probably run something.
Do you want to run a G.I. Joe game on Tuesday night?
I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Really pushing the G.I. Joe.
Hey, it looks like fun. It really does.
It does.
It does.
I mean, especially... it's a game that doesn't pretend that it's a game, if you know what I mean. Like,
oh, that's nice.
Like a lot of games would be kind of pretentious. Like we're a role playing game, but we don't want you to know we're a game. Kind of. Anyway, I don't know where I'm going with that, so I'll probably get in trouble. So I'm stop. But it's cool. Like the bad guys have basically Cobra are like things you would find in the monster manual for Dungeons and Dragons, right?
Okay.
So they have their own special abilities and things like that, and it's a variation of the D20 system. It's called Essence 20. So,
okay, interesting. That should be fun.
But there's no armor class and stuff like that. Actually. It looks cool. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And there's like tons of vehicles and there's tons of customization and stuff that you can do because you gotta have freaking vehicles, right?
Sherry said I already got a character concept ready for Joe.
Yep.
Nice.
And I'll tell you this though, it is very character oriented game. Like they really want you to like care about your character and put thought and stuff into your character. So
what, they want you to be your character and role play and like what?
Why would you do that?
Who does that? Ugh.
I'm telling you. Otherwise, it's not like Call of Cthulhu or something where you just have 30 characters and you don't give a shit. You just go
burn through them.
Yeah, all 30 characters are going to go insane at one point in time or die.
So,
and there's not that there's anything wrong with that. This isn't that game, so cool. Well, then we'll come up with something for Tuesday night. Tune into the Discord. We'll put something up. I know Nathan is looking at running Mork Borg very soon as well, so we're trying to finalize players for that.
Wednesday.
I think that's
I'm
Wednesday
playing in
night.
that. I called dibs on that a long time ago. I'm playing.
Yep. I believe the cast is Jesse, Lindsay, Gina, and Diamond, I think. So Diamond will say yes or no if he's playing. It's either Diamond or Aaron. I can't remember who's in there first.
I'm going to be a dead god's prophet.
I'm going to be the producer.
I'm pretty sure Aaron was in on that one. Yeah.
Okay, maybe it was Aaron. But I will not be playing in that one. I'll be running the stream and hiding out behind the scenes.
Lots of people said they were interested, and ultimately, the GM gets to choose who plays in their games. So you can't just say, "These are who playing in your game."
Nope.
That'll be Nathan's call, essentially.
Yep.
Unless you call shotgun. If you call shotgun, you're instantly in.
Gotta do with weird shotgun.
That's just your weapon of choice.
It's also what hit me in the chest.
Yeah,
Yep,
let's
yep.
talk about that for
It's
a
what you ran
moment.
into. You walked into a shotgun.
Ooh, Sherry's coming to town. We should try to catch up and say hello.
Yeah, she's gonna be in Lanner.
Right on.
That's how you say it, right? Lanner.
No,
Lanner.
that is
Lanner.
that
No,
is
that is not how anybody says that
How you-
here.
No, that's not how
No.
anybody says it.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about the weird game in a second. Nathan says he's kicking everyone out of the game.
That sounds like something Nathan would do. Ugh.
He's gonna kick everybody out and bring his own people in, right? He's playing Morkborg solo.
Gonna be riveting.
So how
It's
does
gonna
that
be-
work?
It's gonna have a. I ain't gonna say it.
Are you fighting against your father? Morkborg solo. Get it? I'm sorry.
Oh,
Just,
No.
Go slap him.
too soon? Too soon?
to the corner, to the corner.
I mean, I could if that's really what y'all wanted to see on stream. If that was like the AMA ask that I go in the other room and slap my husband around, I guess I could do that.
Why? I'd have
With
to
consent.
close the camera.
There has to be consent.
Yep.
Or you can
Y'all
get
are
a water
taking the
gun.
fun
You can
out
get
of
a
it.
big like super soaker water gun. Every time he does something, you can just walk in there and like.
Squirt him in the face.
Yeah.
Bad, Billy, bad.
I'm used to it.
No, don't.
Random tables, just Nathan. Right on. We'll make it happen.
So-
Billy's just getting squirted in the face. Oh God, I couldn't hold it in. I'm sorry.
Double face palms here on the UAC AMA.
I tried so hard. I tried so hard. No, I can't.
And you
can't
got
say
so
it.
far.
You can't say it.
Nope.
But in the end,
Nope.
Say it.
Nope.
it doesn't even matter.
Say it. Say it.
Oh
Too
boy.
late. It was
You're
like
right.
it was like. I swear, it was like just. You better say it, motherfucker. You better say it. You better say it. I'm gonna wake you. I'm gonna wake
And
you
y'all
up in the middle of the
take-
night.
We already had the conversation about the PG stream, and we're like, no, that's not who we are.
Take
Yeah.
865,000 mental damage.
Do a facial.
Yes. Nice grunts. Indeed. Grunt. Wow, folks. That took a turn.
Bam.
Idle hands. Jesse.
What are your hands doing, Jesse? You're not having a I'm riding in a stationary bike moment, are you?
No, I'm winding my crooked clock.
Do we have to remind everyone of the
No.
Yeah,
we don't.
earmuffs, kids. Put your filters on, mute the stream till we say otherwise.
We don't have to do that.
It's Jesse's fault.
It's all Jesse's fault. It always is.
It's all Jesse's
No.
fault. That's okay. Oh, my camera
Our
went out of
streams-
focus.
Motherfucker over there.
Our streams are 50% dirtier when Jesse's on them.
That is just so not true.
True facts, y'all.
I don't know. I think 50 is kind of low, actually.
Jesse, just remember what happened when my second character came into playing weird.
See,
At
that's
the
what I
diner.
want to talk about.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah. I want to talk about the weird game. Like, I want to know, Thorn, what you thought of Newsom.
Oh, I absolutely loved the game. There was equal amounts of investigation to action to intrigue, and it left me at the end of every session. It was what's going to happen next, and I was looking forward to the next week. It really was great.
Well, thank you. I
The
got some
fact that
questions.
the fact that Jesse allowed me to play the character exactly how I wanted to with that hit up the hills country boy of Pennsylvania. And just especially the epic moment of just walking up to the ghost and putting the shotgun up against his chest and saying, "What year is it?" And then boom. Just made my day. I knew I was gonna die. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna die here. Yeah. And I survived for another game and went up in a blaze of glory. Ah.
Yeah. Yeah. I should have applied some penalties. The character should not have survived, but there is no rule for walking into a shotgun in the game, but I'm going to make one. So.
There will be now, right?
That's what the test plays are for, right?
Yeah, to really work out all those bugs.
Yeah, you really get to see, like, what are your players going to do, right?
If you got a crazy one like me, you better expect the unexpected.
Always.
Well, what did you think about the house actually being alive? Because Thorin, your group was the first one where I had the house actually be alive, like with a heart.
That was awesome. Just the mental image of that and how you described it, where the floorboards busted out because the arms are coming up and you could see down and you could see the beating heart, and my first character's body slowly being absorbed into it was a fantastic visual.
Sweet, thank you. Yeah, there was always something that bothered me about the end of the game, and I think that adding the heart in there.
Yeah, I really liked watching that playthrough. There were points, because we had already played it. We didn't obviously run it on the stream, but we had played it, and there were parts in it where I was like, just remembering how we had played through it, and the way that y'all's group played through it, and then the way that the environment changed because of the way you played through it. I thought it was a much more organic playthrough. Like, not to say that anything was missing or wrong when we played through it, but it just felt more refined, right? Like your test plays got more refined as you were finishing up.
Well, and also I think that Diamond's character being a marine biologist was like just perfect for that game because of how easily Stephanie could be introduced to the group through the university connections, right? And that was the fastest Stephanie ever got introduced. Was that like the first game or the second game?
I think it was the first game.
First game.
They made the connection, yeah.
Because normally it takes a while in game, like a couple days in game time for people to get to the boating, the yacht club, and there's other places too. But some of them I'll probably just take out of the game because they've never been used, like the country club and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, we used well, not the country club. We used the yacht club in our playthrough.
Yeah.
Because Sarah was actually a member of the yacht club, which is how we had the connection to Stephanie. It does make me wonder, like, how do you work that in if you don't have a character who has a background that works well with that? And I guess that's kind of like a general GMing question too, right? So, like, if you're running a game and you have a specific NPC that needs to be introduced, but you don't have a good natural way to do it, how would you do it?
Well, there are several ways that are written into it. You can find out. You will find out about Stephanie throughout the game one way or another. Because first of all, the house has this, it's the Newsom house, and you could find Stephanie through the church, or you could find Stephanie through the country club. You could find Stephanie through the university. You could find Stephanie through the yacht club. If you ask around about the history of Newsom Island to some of the older community, you would get pointing into the direction of the yacht club. If you ask like the fishing community, you would get pointed in direction of the yacht club. So there are many different ways that you can get there.
Yeah, and I think in general that's kind of how I do it as a GM, right? Is if a character doesn't have a solid tie-in, I create an NPC or an event or a location to give them that tie-in, right?
Yeah,
especially in homebrew stuff, it's a lot easier to do that.
And I do allow for customization because I used to write. Well, I'm back to sort of having to write modules out because I plan to sell them, right? But I gave up on that a long time ago because it's just like a waste of time, because I can write a module and almost no one would follow it, right? They'd go off and then I would have to railroad them back in. But that experience actually helped me out now in writing modules because I can see the areas, or at least most of the time, I can see the areas where it could get derailed and write in contingencies for that. So, but that doesn't mean it still doesn't happen. But, and again, also, I write into the module to allow for a certain amount of customization for the characters, like your group with Edward and stuff like that.
It's not just writing in for the group as well. It's also we worked pretty heavily with Jesse at the end of each game, going, okay, where could improvements be made for character wise, character sheet, character development, storyline wise. Obviously, he didn't give us heads up what's coming up because we all wanted to experience it firsthand. So it was a great experience, and being one of the play testers for the game, it's just, it was an honor. It really is.
Oh, it was my pleasure. It was going to be the first game in a series, but I think now the first game is going to be the reunion game because I think reunion makes a little more sense, and Newsom will fall in there. And of course, there is a sequel to Newsom that its trigger is inside the first game. There's certain things that if you don't do, then it'll trigger Return to Newsom that is supposed to take place at least 2 years afterwards. So.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, and I think just kind of building off of what you said, Thorin, and even looping in something that Sherry said. So Sherry said Jesse's monster descriptions always creep her out, and then Thorin saying, just how immersive the game is. And Jesse, that's one of the things I've really appreciated about Weird and about you as a GM is that you just really excel at coming up with good descriptions and a very immersive story that has a lot of it's not hard to imagine the things that you are describing to us. Like, you can describe these creepy monsters, for example, and we can see them perfectly in our mind's eye. And there are other things that you do that I think really help make the game better too, like all the flavor stuff, right? So a lot of people probably wouldn't spend a whole lot of time talking about Miss McKinney's sauce sandwiches that she insists everybody eats and things like that. But they'll because the gross food stuff totally wicked me out, but it's also hilarious, and the fact that it's ongoing and consistent really adds to the tone of the game. I think that it is meant to be very over the top and colorful and horrible and bloody, and just it adds the whole over the topness of the whole thing.
The answers that Jesse, you said several times during our game, which was 1980s horror flick, puts it to a T.
I appreciate it because I feel like I lose that sometimes. Like with the Witches of Hollywood, I kind of felt like I was losing the horror flick of it, but I don't know, I guess.
Well, you also got to remember a lot of the 1980s horror flicks weren't the hack and slash. It's also the suspenseful horror flicks during that time frame too. Yes. So you're kind of blending all of them into one particular game, and that's fantastic.
Actually,
that's what I'm supposed to do. Yeah.
And this may not be the best parallel, but for me, like I thought of the movie and then I thought, oh yeah, that would be an excellent weird game. The Lost Boys.
Yeah.
To me, that is the sort of story that Weird is trying to tell. You know, because you've got the, like you said, we're on the investigative side of it. You've got the kids who are trying to figure out from the comic books what to do with these vampires, and then you've got the vampires and what they're doing with the teenagers, and the old guy and the comic relief. But there is a lot of horror and suspense and, you know, I guess drama worked into it. And I feel like that's a really good way to think of Weird.
Yeah, I think like with I suppose we say old guy, you're talking about Arnsvald, right?
Well, I was specifically mentioning the old guy and the Lost Boys, the granddad, but yeah,
Okay.
Arnsvald would be
Yeah.
a great analog for him.
Yeah.
Well, I think so. Like in Weird, this if you use the Oak Haven setting, it's really small, right? So you can't have a bunch of weird characters there staying on the island, or it just will break down and won't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But there are certain characters that do stay, like Arnsvald and Miss McKinney, and all the ones that do stay, they have problems. They are touched in certain ways, you know,
like Abby.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, don't mess with Abby. That's Tommy's girl.
Yeah, I was gonna say Abby's.
Like, there's a reason why Miss McKinney is the way she is, and there's a reason why Arnsvald is the way he is, and there's a reason why, like, Sybil is the way she is, and definitely a reason why Abby is the way she is.
Yeah,
Tried to kick my dog.
It's all of the weird saturation that they get just from being there, right? Like over time that builds up, whether you're doing anything or just mildly experiencing the weird energies, and it's there. It's gonna, and if you're susceptible to that, then you're going to get worse worse, whatever that is, right?
Yeah, and maybe one day you'll actually find out Miss McKinney's full story.
Oh, that'd be a fun one.
Yeah. Okay. Only one group has ever done that, and they don't even remember it.
Because it was that long ago.
So, can you give us the hook for fish bait? Yes, I know what I just did there.
All right, so it is approaching tourist season, so it's back like it was in Newsom during the time of Newsom, with the city being over touristy, and so Tommy would be working at the Cannonball Cove and stuff like that. It is the beginning of tourist season, and there is something going on Harp Island. You remember that's the bottom part of St. Cambion, where the state park is at.
Mm-hmm.
There's been rumors, and like people are reporting Greenie, which Greenie is like Oak Haven's version of the Loch Ness Monster. And I'm going to give you guys the updated version of the book, which actually has images in it now, so you'll get to see a picture of Greenie in there, and other monsters and stuff, and crab traps are coming up missing. People are reporting strange things in the hills, and I'll tell you, it has something to do with fish. I'll tell you that.
Well, I mean, I would never have guessed based on the title.
Yeah, I would hope.
I just really don't want to give it away.
No, that's fine.
The hook is good.
Plenty.
That's plenty. That's funny. I'm excited to play it.
Because I'll tell you this. This is like a mixture of. There's like Cthulhu-esque elements in it. There's Friday the 13th elements in it. There's elements of Piranha and Jaws and stuff like that in it. There's elements of swamp monsters and Bigfoot, you know, all that stuff. And there's Native American mythology. It is just
slap full of a lot of stuff,
all wrapped up into probably one of the most I guess, physical horror games of weird. So I can say this is be careful or be lucky.
Be careful or be lucky.
Because I was feeling bad after the first. It was either, I'm sure Sarah reminded me, it was either the first or the second game. When practically everyone, Sherry had to make a new character. Her character wasn't dead, but she'd taken so much trauma that she's been in the hospital for weeks, right? And I felt bad. And then we got to talking about it, and we saw there were ample ways that they could have avoided the situation they were in, or could have gotten out of the situation they were in. So,
well, it's kind of like Welcome Home, where we decided to make some really dumb decisions and we paid the price. I mean,
yeah, right.
You know, if you've got players who insist on doing stupid shit, then they get what they deserve.
Bye.
Yeah. Well, and then you've got the flip side of that, where players walk in and one shot at Adult Dragon in 6 turns.
So yeah, just be careful. I guess that's what I'll say. Care about your character and be careful, especially your guys' characters, because you've invested a lot into them already. So
yeah, definitely. Are you gonna run Witches of Hollywood again? I know that Thorin's gotta want to play that.
I don't know if I can find people who did not watch it. You know, I'll run it. But just so you know, that's a campaign kind of game. That one takes mini games to run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
yeah. Because there is mystery in that.
Oh yeah, quite a bit.
I want to see how somebody else goes through that.
I would like to watch that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, y'all can find me some players that did not see it. You know, I'll gladly do it, because there is a ton of stuff that you guys did not encounter. Period. Y'all missed a lot of it, and I'm not saying it was your fault or anything. You didn't do anything wrong. It's just the directions you went, those vectors did not appear.
Right.
So, but
that happens.
In the end, you still won, but like there's just a lot more to that game. So yeah. I have to the point where I have to say, well, is it worth having that stuff in there? Should I shave that stuff out and just keep it the way it tends to go? So
maybe there's enough there to shave out into another adventure or mini module.
Like, man, I don't know how much I want to say, but you know that group, right? That group that Sarah got involved in. There was so much more you could have done with that group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so much more.
But then that thing happened.
Honestly, how y'all got that far in the game without getting involved in that group was shocking to me, right? So, and I didn't force it. I don't believe in forcing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. I don't either. As a game master, you just let it go. You know, let it flow how it's gonna flow.
If we want to spend our entire session bullshitting in the bowling alley with chili cheese fries,
and see, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like other groups, they're analytic. They like the last playtest group. Or even the ones for the Witches of Hollywood, they played like a real analytical game, right? They did a bunch of research. They traveled around. They collected all this information. They met all these people and stuff, and then they almost got killed. But you guys like spend most of the time in the bowling alley, and you still made it to the end.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
You did. I will say you did. Never mind. I won't say it.
Don't say it. Don't say it. We'll make it. We'll make it intriguing. That way, if somebody watches this who hasn't watched Witches of Hollywood, don't go watch the Witches of Hollywood game. Join our Discord and tell Jesse, "Hey, I want to play Witches of Hollywood," and that's, you know.
And I'll probably end up making changes to that too, because I made a lot of changes to it for your group because, wow, the original group, they went through hell, like hell, especially in the scene where where y'all were in the woods.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that after that session. Well, those 2 sessions. Yeah.
Y'all got off easy, man. So.
Yep. Well, cool. I got one more game I want to talk about before we wrap up tonight. The Horde of the Dragon Queen game that we had last weekend. I want to touch base on that. Diamond's in the chat and he knows what happened. But
some absurd, stupid shit.
Some
That's what happened.
absurd, stupid shit. And if you're a new DM and you're watching this AMA, heed these words of advice. Never, ever, allow your players to have a surprise round on a dragon. Just don't let it happen. If your dragon fails his perception to see that they're sneaking into his lair, fudge that roll because they're in his lair. He should know. And that was a mistake I made. He should have known. They were in his lair and he should have known. And it cost me a well-planned fight. And now the party put together a really, really great plan of attack and they executed it flawlessly. So I can't be mad at them. I can only be mad at myself for not playing the dragon as viciously as I should have.
Wait, was this the dragon in the castle?
No, this is the dragon in Rise of Tiamat, the episode 2.
I know what you meant. Okay.
If you haven't watched it, go watch it. They literally took out an adult dragon with 215 hit points, or 205 hit points, I think it was.
Like a round and a half.
In 1 round and 1 turn.
Welcome to 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, folks.
Welcome to 5th edition because the monk landed a stunning strike. The dragon failed his saving throw, which he could have used a legendary action. I chose not to because I was like, oh, surely I'll get another turn. There's no way they could do 200 points of damage in 1 round. Boy, was I mistaken. Use that legendary action. Save that. Choose to make that saving throw instead. And they were rolling crit hits. They had a arrow of dragon slaying that landed a nice solid hit. And when you're stunned in 5e, you're incapacitated. You can't speak. You can't move. So the dragon could cast no spells. They required a verbal component. He couldn't move, so he was stuck. So the monk shadow stepped into the dragon's shadow. Boom, boom, boom. 3 hits with his key. Landed 2 of them. 2 stunning strikes. And the rest was history. Like, it was kind of anticlimactic. It was supposed to be this big boss battle. It was really kind of anticlimactic for me, the DM. The players loved it. They had a great time, and that's what's important is that they had fun. But it just don't pull punches if you're a new DM. Don't think, oh, I'll get a chance, because you might not. That taught me a lesson. I've been running games forever. They're level 8. They could do some serious damage. They had magical weapons. I should have known better.
But I think that it's really hard as a DM, right, to know how hard you should make something. Like, you don't want to make it so easy that people run in and stomp all over the fight you've got, but we can have a separate conversation about 5e and crit ratings.
Challenge ratings, you mean?
Challenge ratings. We can have a separate conversation about that and how the challenge ratings are all screwed up. But, ultimately, one of the things I always hear is people talking about, well, I'm too nice, or I'm too mean, or whenever somebody talks about, man, that DM, I don't like playing with him because he's just a punitive asshole, right?
Yeah, you don't want to be that guy either.
Right, so it's this balance that you have to find, and it's different in every game, because what happened with Rise of Tiamat here in 5e, if it had been set in 3.5,
that adult dragon would have had 2 to 3 times that number of hit points, right? It would have been a whole different fight.
That would have been like a 2nd edition.
Yeah, in 3.5, a lot more hit points, a higher AC. And it's just, excuse me, it's just one of those things where a good GM, dungeon master, whatever you want to call it, storyteller, it will adjust on the fly. I mean, if you go ahead, write it to be as hard as you want it to be, but if you start seeing your players struggle and you don't want them to be, don't want a TPK, then rear back on it.
You know, and part of the reason I was okay with it is exactly what Nathan just put in the chat. They had a good plan, and I wanted to. Every storyteller, dungeon master, whatever you want to call them, the goal is not to kill the players. At least in most of the games, the goal shouldn't be to kill the players, right? It should be you're actually hoping the players win. So they had hot dice. They had a great plan. They executed it flawlessly. They won the initiative round. Like, everything went their way. So why should they not have been rewarded with a win? And I think Nathan makes a really great point there. For me to have doubled that dragon's hit points and made that fight even more difficult for them, could have drug it out. And then what happens? They turn around. He was a white dragon, so ice breath weapon. Now suddenly I got a TPK when they had a great plan.
And conversely, too, you don't want to make it too easy either. So if you've got players who are just making really stupid decisions, like, we're going to walk across the ice and walk into this compound that has, you know, maybe 100 people that could fight us, just the 4 of us, and, you know, see what happens, then, you know, you shouldn't pull punches either.
Wait, that wasn't the dragon that was under the...
No, this is the dragon in episode 2 of Rise of Tiamat, the next module.
Because I've played some of that before, and if it's what I'm thinking about...
It's the one under the iceberg.
Yeah, like there's a room here, and then there's another room here, and then the dragon is here, and like you could go in from this room and go in.
You can go in from that room, or you can go in from a chute from above. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, my group fucked that dragon up too. Bad.
So maybe it wasn't just me.
No, like we fucked that dragon up bad.
Yeah, like they went in, they rolled stealth really well. They dropped in, they stuck to the shadows, they hid, they waited for him to get in range, and as soon as he was in range, they won surprise. I mean, it's... I think, but if they had just gone in blind, they spent about... I don't know, Diamond, tell me if I'm wrong, probably 10 minutes in real time talking out this plan of how they would, who would do what actions when, and like they rolled the initiatives and the initiative fell in their favor. Like, it was one of these just most serendipitous moments I've ever experienced in playing and running D&D. So it all hinged on the monk going first. And he won the initiative. To
go first.
He won the initiative. He you know, and
monks are super powerful.
Oh yeah, and
I've played monk 5th edition.
Yeah, Garrow he's a beast. He's a bugbear monk. So
Jesus.
Yeah, he's a bugbear monk. So imagine a monk with a 10-foot reach. So he doesn't even have to be in a 5-foot square to attack. He could be 10 feet away and still have reach to attack. So,
it's kind of OP.
Yeah.
And because the monk was within 5 feet of the dragon because he shadow stepped into the dragon's shadow, the rogue got sneak attack damage on a critical. So it was a crit hit from the rogue crossbow with sneak attack damage. That was like, I don't know what, like 60 points of damage from a crossbow bolt. So yeah. Anyway, just be wise, new GMs. You know, if your players take the time to make the plan and it executes in their favor, let them have it. But don't pull your punches just for the sake of it. Like, they nearly died in another episode a few weeks ago that seemed like it should have been a pretty easy fight for them to win, but they went in blind. And they nearly got TPK'd. I think they learned a lesson from that encounter. Don't go into a room blind, right? So the characters are growing and evolving. I thought that was really a cool thing to see. So I'm glad that they won. I'm sad, but I'm glad. Does that make sense?
Well, ultimately, the idea is that everybody has a good time, right? That
Exactly.
is the ultimate goal, more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Is that everybody shows up and has a good time.
Exactly. All right. Anything else we need to talk about, folks? Any questions out there? It worked out well for us. Dragon is in the name of the campaign. Our builds were all geared to kill dragons. Yeah, it was 43 points. I'm sorry. It was 43 points from the crossbow. Thanks for keeping me honest there, Diamond.
That's still a crazy amount of damage for a crossbow bolt.
It's still a crazy amount of damage, but...
And I like how Diamond remembered that, and I can barely remember the plot of the last thing that happened in Welcome Home, and he can remember the exact number of points that it did. Like, I just...
Yeah, I think I blocked it from memory. That's why I drew that high number. It was... Only misery. Speaking of Mork Borg, Nathan says. Wednesday night.
Yeah, we should use the Scumbirther and then see who rolls the one hit point character, because that's part of the fun.
Last cannon character.
Yep. So yeah, Mork Borg on Wednesday, something on Tuesday. Tuesday surprise. Next Friday night we are still off from There's No Vampires in Automia Ernie.
Well, that's just this Friday, right? Like,
yeah, that's this coming Friday.
So next Friday, well,
yeah,
I guess we need to confirm that with Aaron.
Yeah, we'll confirm that schedule, but this week we're off Friday night. We're on Saturday. Tuesday surprise. Wednesday Mork Borg on the stream.
Well, it sounds like, yeah.
And then hopefully after that we'll be right back to the normal schedule. Hopefully soon after that. Geez, wow.
And just glass. Come on, Nathan.
I'll come up with something for Tuesday and try to post it in advance with enough time to get some players.
Okay. Yeah, and Thorn, feel free to cross post over to anywhere. I try and throw it over in the saves channel as well when I can. I know there's a few games that have come up that have been kind of cross posted around a few channels that we're in. So awesome to see that. What else, folks? Anything? I can't think of anything. It's been a lot of fun hanging out with y'all tonight. Tell your friends and tell your families to come hang out with us more. In the Discord, we are trying to stay as active as we can in there. It gets quiet sometimes, but we know everyone has a life outside of the United Adventure Company. But you can join the company and be a part of us. So join the Discord, watch all of the channels in the Discord for the notifications. Down in the bottom of your screen, hit that thumbs up button. There's 8 people watching and only 7 likes, which means somebody hasn't liked the video, and I know it's not me. So
whoever that is off the Horn of Africa.
Yeah, probably, because they can't find the like button because the ship's going this way. Find the like button, take it out to dinner. There you go. Yeah, hit that like button, ring the bell so you can get notified every time we go live, and subscribe. Your subscription is absolutely free. So, hey, and if you were a Twitch subscriber, which cost you $5 a month, and you still want to kick that $5 a month to the channel, jump on over and join our Patreon. We have levels starting 2, 5, 10, and as much as you want to give. So please feel free to support us in that way. That helps keep this channel running, helps pay for the bills, and buy us snacks. And giveaways. Snacks. We have some giveaways coming. I've been told that we have some dice donations that are going to be given to us. So we have some giveaways that we're going to be doing in the next few weeks. Also, I think Jesse has some stuff that he's done giveaways with in the past, so he may do those again during some weird streams.
Yes, I can do some giveaways. Do some more shirts, or have some artwork.
Yeah,
have buttons and stickers and stuff like that.
There you go. Somebody just liked it. Now we have 8 likes and 9 watching. So whoever just joined, hit that like button.
Yeah.
Pound that thumbs up like button. I love it. I love it. This might be our most liked video of all time so far.
Pound the like button.
Pound it.
Pound it in its face.
Oh, it hurts.
Boing.
Oh god.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call a brick joke.
Yeah.
That was set up about an hour ago. That was
a perfect brick joke. Perfect.
That was perfect. All right, folks. I think it's going to just about do it for us tonight, though. We are out of brick jokes and getting kind of loopy. So,
I've got more.
Tune in next time to see what the punchline to that one is. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. We really appreciate you being here. I'm Billy, Jackal Crossing. Down below is Lindsay, and then there's Jesse and Thorin. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Thank you all for being a part of the AMA. And you do kill me, man. You crack me up every time. Hey, I want to say thanks to our Patreon supporters, to Nathan, Richard, Aaron, and Two Wolf Design. Two Wolf Design made the transition that you're going to see when we flip out to our exit screen. So thank you so much for that awesome transition. It's beautiful, and we love it. Until next time, folks, we're the United Adventure Company. Stay out of our dungeons. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.